Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the corner and welcome to your latest Chelsea transfer news, Chelsea Strasbourg news as well, sister club, our multi-club model club that we own, Strasbourg. Lots of news popping off, ladies and gentlemen. You guys want to stick around and brace yourself for all the news that's about to drop. We're going to start things off from Noni Madueke. Arsenal fans, ladies and gentlemen, they are putting up an online petition which is to refuse the signing of Noni Madueke. They're putting petition online to stop this move of Noni Madueke from Chelsea to Arsenal. I mean, this is incredible, ladies and gentlemen, incredible. Look, I know we want to banter. I really do. I want to make some fun, but this is crazy. This is crazy, Arsenal fans. Just chill. Just pay up the money, man. Just pay up the money. Madueke wants to join you guys. He believes in your project. Your manager, your football director, and all the hierarchical people, they believe in Madueke. They want to buy Madueke. And lots of people are saying, well, one particular player that had issues with you guys, who is now, being charged and police are after him, this, that, the other. I don't want to delve too much into it. Many other clubs, whenever that kind of issues happen, they put the player aside. They don't want to get the player involved. But you guys have had that player being involved with your football club for all throughout this period, and there was no petition for that. Now all of a sudden you have a petition for Noni Madueke. This is what's being said on social media, and I kind of believe that. Ladies and gentlemen, look, at first when I saw this petition news, firstly, I hope this petition, I truly hope Arsenal hierarchies don't see this and get triggered. And it's only a small percentage of fans at the moment. It's very, very small. But I hope this doesn't halt this transfer. I really need this transfer to go through for us to collect the money, and then we'll see who we end up getting. But at first, I thought this petition was a bit of a joke, but Athletic are reporting it as well. The Athletic. So we're going to get back to the Athletic. This is initially from even the Telegraph is reporting this, which is quite mad. So, it's doing the rounds. People are now well aware of this situation. When publications such as the Telegraph and the Athletic are also reporting, people are going to look at it. Over 2,200 signatures have been made online by Arsenal fans against the potential signing of Madueke. These lot, man, they are in a severe meltdown. 2,200 is obviously nowhere near. Arsenal fan base is huge. Their reach in global stature is pretty huge. So 2,200 is a measly amount. It's nothing to worry about. But when publications like the Telegraph and the Athletic are reporting it, more and more people are going to have their eyes on it. And I truly hope they don't deter away from this move. Noni Madueke's potential move to Arsenal from Chelsea has divided one fan base. From hashtags to petitions, there has been a vociferous, what is that? Voiceferous? I don't know how to pronounce that word. Response online. But who will benefit from the move most? Does it make sense? Look, once again, all banter aside, this move to Arsenal, if I'm being honest, what are Arsenal thinking? What are you guys thinking? You should be looking to pursue for the Premier League, and you think a player like Noni Madueke is going to do that. So that's all I'm going to say. Whatever you've already seen with Noni Madueke at Chelsea, I highly doubt he's going to get any better at Arsenal Football Club. And where do you want to deploy him? On the right, Saka's already there. He's no backup. But Noni Madueke's ego will not allow him to be a backup, right? He's got that temperament, he's got that attitude issue. We've seen it at Chelsea Football Club. And you want to deploy him on the left side. He ain't good on the left either. So, as I said, banter aside, it just doesn't make sense. So I understand why some of these Arsenal fans are upset. But pay up the money, man. Stump up the money. You love dealing with us. People are saying on social media, you're part of the multi-club model for Chelsea Football Club. We've got Strasbourg, we've got Brighton, who we deal with. There's a meme that's going around. There's a social media meme that's going around that we buy players from Brighton, talented players. We then loan out to Strasbourg to get them better. Then they have the best life and produce their best football at Chelsea. And then once they're done and washed, we give it away to Arsenal. That's the cycle. That is the multi-club model that Bluco has cooked up, and people are having an absolute laugh about it. So look, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts. I mean, is this excessive? I mean, certain parts of it does feel excessive. Look at this. I'm not going to read it out, but as you can see, yep, Thomas Partey petition 0, don't sign Madueke petition 1. Arsenal really are a disgusting club from top to bottom. I kind of somewhat agree with that. There was allegations all throughout, and you continued playing. Other clubs, when they have when there's been allegations, I believe Sigurdsson is one of those players for Everton, and there's been other cases as well. Those players have been removed. They've not been, I don't think some of them even been found guilty, but they've been removed, right? Look at us with Mudryk as well. We still don't know whether he's what happened to the sample B test, but he's been removed away. Arsenal continued with Thomas Partey, and yeah, I mean, it does say that it's quite notorious. It is quite notorious. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, big news. Caicedo is training. Huge. Ladies and gentlemen, this is massive news in the context of things. Post-match, Enzo Maresca, you guys would have all seen Caicedo was substituted, or well, he wasn't even substituted. We played with one less man because we've used up all our substitutes at that moment. We were all scared as a fan base, what's going to happen? Hopefully he makes the final. He took a big, knock right at the end on his ankle. And Maresca post-match went up to Caicedo and said, mate, do whatever you need to do, but you have to be available for Sunday. You must be available for this final against PSG, where we need all of our best players starting and trying to win this trophy. So it's a good picture. It's a good news that he is training, and I hope he continues to recover. And by the time Sunday comes, I hope he's ready to rock and roll, because with him in midfield, yeah, we've got a chance to combat against their midfield, which is sensational. Vitinha, Neves, and Fabian Ruiz. We need Caicedo. We need Romeo Lavia. And we're going to get to Romeo Lavia news very, very soon. And Enzo Fernandez. We need all of them to be as cohesive as possible and counter that PSG midfield. Now, in regards to Romeo Lavia, no Lavia in Chelsea training ahead of PSG. This, ladies and gentlemen, isn't a good news. But there are some other sources that are saying, no, he is training. Now, Enzo Maresca has said Romeo Lavia is training on his own. He is not training group in a group situation. We need this brother to come back as well badly. Look, the best part is, if Romeo Lavia is not available, I'm more than happy to use Andre Santos, who has shown immense talent. And Andre Santos has already played against PSG, so he would know exactly what to expect against PSG. And I believe last time when he played well too. But Romeo Lavia, if he's fit, if we get Lavia, Caicedo, and Enzo, oof. Come on, Lavia, pull through. Still a couple of more days left until the final happens, so we've got a little bit of time. And Lavia has been resting all this period. He's missed out on Palmeiras, he's missed out on Fluminense, so hopefully he should be ready for PSG. But let's see if he can fully be match ready for this game. Right now, he's not featuring in the training. Now, some Chelsea Strasbourg news, ladies and gentlemen. Matisse Armani, our dear Matisse Armani, will join Strasbourg on permanent deal from Chelsea. Plan confirmed since February. Amogo already agreed to move, and Strasbourg also work on deal to sign Maxi Oedel from Liga on 6 million euros fee, as whoever reported. Now, this is a permanent move, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This is no loan. This is nothing. This is a permanent deal from Chelsea. Now, a lot of people are saying, why did Chelsea buy him then, only to then sell him to Strasbourg? Well, see, this is where the business side of things come into play. We've got to raise money, remember, to ensure that we meet UEFA's FFP rules and regulation. We need to raise 60 million, right? Something around 60 million, and we need to also drop down our squad, the amount of players that we have. Look, we bought him for something very, very cheap. I think we bought him for about 15 million. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. if we are able to sell him for, I don't know, for let's say 20 million or even 17 million, that's a little bit of profit there. And this is what, and I know this sounds petty, 2 million profit, but it's a revenue stream. Do you know what I mean? This is part of making money. This is what Chelsea's doing now, buying all of these players, and then they're potentially good players, and then having the ability to sell to your sister club and make small profits out of it. Imagine you do 10 of these players and you keep selling it to Strasbourg over a certain period of time. There you go. You've already made, let's say for every transaction you make about 2 million. Have 10, you're making about 20 million right there. So it all of a sudden becomes a revenue stream. Look, at first I was a bit annoyed by it. Now I'm thinking, the game's the game. Don't blame the player. Have a go at the game. People are allowed to do that. And this is why you have the multi-club model, and you want to add few more clubs so that you can keep farming out all of these players. And if they end up doing well, you just end up buying them back. So let's see. This is a permanent deal for Matisse Mogo from Chelsea to Strasbourg. We've seen little bits and pieces of Matisse Mogo. Look, he's still very much undercooked. He needs a lot more to become a Chelsea player down the track. But what better place to learn than Strasbourg and Liam Rossino, who's done massive work over there. They're going to be in the Conference League, and they should really be going for that. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, L'Equipe are reporting that Jurgensen would have refused to be loaned to Strasbourg. So what's happening now? Mike Penders is close to being loaned to Strasbourg. So look, Kepa's gone. Penders is going to loan to Strasbourg, which I don't mind because I want Penders to get regular minutes. And Strasbourg, we've seen Petrovic done well there, and hopefully Penders does well as well. With, as I said, Liam Rossiner, hopefully Penders will get that ability to work on his ball-playing ability, and his tall goalkeeper, his shot-stopping is good already. So hopefully he has a successful loan spell over there and turns out to be a monster goalkeeper. Petrovic is being sold to Bournemouth. Latest news is going around that it's getting closer and closer to Bournemouth. We're going to be left with Sanchez and Jurgensen, and I find it hard to believe this is what we're going to go to the Premier League season and the Champions League campaign with these two goalkeepers again, knowing that they've not really shown us much last season. Sanchez, I know in the recent times, has been fairly okay, but still iffy in certain moments. Chelsea Football Club, ladies and gentlemen, they feel highly about Penders. Hopefully he has a very good loan spell at Strasbourg. Now, a lot of people are a bit worried. How many people are we sending to Strasbourg? So we're sending Kendry Paez, we're sending Penders, and I think there's one more loan spot available. So these will be the loan moves, and we've sold Matisse Omogo, and I think we're going to be selling the next one as well. We're going to show it is Ishe Samuel Smith, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be selling him. I know a lot of you guys think that he is the future. He's got a lot of talent. But the latest is Chelsea are also in talks over a potential 8 million sale of left-back Ishe Samuel Smith to Strasbourg. Pure profit goes to that, to that raising of the funds of getting players out the door and making sure we get that 60 million, which I think is going to be easy. We're going to make that money, no doubt. Obviously, we've made a lot of money through Club World Cup, but the sale of Madueke, I think, will fetch close to 50, 55 million, and then you're going to get rid of many other players. So we'll get that 60 million in no problems, but we've got talents that we can farm out to Strasbourg and make pure profit out of. £8 million for Ishe Samuel Smith to Strasbourg. That's fantastic. 8 million for a player that I don't even think has featured in the Premier League. Correct me if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen, in the comment section. But this is the beauty of having a multi-club model and having a sister club like Strasbourg, where you can manipulate the finances, the books. I think, look, ultimately it is a genius move. We might have, I definitely might have looked at it in a different sense previously, but I'm starting to see the benefits and the fruits of having this multi-club model. Ishe Samuel Smith, ladies and gentlemen, along with Matisse Mogo, permanent deals. And I know some of you guys are getting worried. What if he blows up and he does well at Strasbourg? Well, we just buy him back. So I think that's what's going to happen. Strasbourg are fully getting utilized, and they're getting a talented player. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about all of these Chelsea Strasbourg movements that we're doing. for business purpose, but at the same time, I think they'll develop at Strasbourg as well. Let me know your thoughts, and let me know your thoughts in regards to Nhoni Madueke, Arsenal petition. Quite mad, quite sensational. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, take care. See ya.